Speaking with confidence is something you just have to learn as a man, and there's no hiding away from it. Maybe you're an introvert, or you're someone who just doesn't want to do public speaking in general. Most of us don't really like doing public speaking, and most of us probably won't need to do that unless you're like in a corporate setting where you might need to do presentations or whatever it is. A lot of us probably won't need to do public speaking, but you still need to know how to speak with confidence. Right, whenever you're speaking with your friends, you're speaking like small groups, especially if you do want to be a high value man. You can't be a high value man that can't speak with confidence, right? You can't speak properly and address certain situations and use your words properly and keep calm, right? Speaking with confidence also helps you, even if you want to be like more attractive. It definitely helps you. If you want people to take you more seriously, definitely helps you. If you're trying to start a business, definitely helps you. Whatever it is you're doing, speaking with confidence will always help you. So in this video, I'm just going to go through the things you need to do to speak with confidence. Right, the first thing that I've learned about learning how to speak with confidence is slow down your speech. Right, slowing down your speech, and I know it's funny I say that because I speak pretty fast, but I've just sort of accepted that's how I speak. Yeah, it works for me, okay? But speaking slowly will help you a lot. I'm also going to try and learn how to speak more slowly. The good thing about learning how to speak slowly is that it gives you time to think through what you're going to say. It gives you a better opportunity to say what you want to say with more clarity, right? With more pizzazz, right? With more conviction. If you're someone who's speaking and you want to learn how to speak with confidence, you're probably thinking, oh damn, how am I supposed to like speak perfectly without tripping over my words and all of that? Which is just as a side note, don't worry about tripping over your words. Everyone trips over their words. It's not like if someone trips over the words, you're like completely like judging them. Unless you're like stuttering like a lot, like you're literally struggling to get your words out. Even with that, everyone does that, right? But it's just like bouncing back from it. Don't let it like trip you up. If you're speaking on a speech, you don't want to like, oh, you tripped up on something and then you let it get you down and you can't speak anymore. Just it happens, it's normal, right? But if you want to lessen the chances of that happening to you, speak more slowly. It gives you more chance to speak. Like I said, it gives you less of a chance of like tripping over your words and using filler words like and which is another thing you don't want to do, which I'm also doing quite a bit. But it's something you don't really want to do because it gives your words like less meaning because you're saying it shows less confidence. So when you speak more slowly, it gives you an opportunity to get your words across, speak with more conviction, and people actually listen to what you say. And another thing you might be thinking to yourself is like, if I speak more slowly, what if people interrupt me? The thing is, when you're someone who speaks that way, more often than not, people kind of understand that's how you speak and they won't interrupt you. And at the start, you might struggle with that a bit, but just carry on, right? If you're like speaking and you're trying to think of a word and you don't want to say you kind of just stop and someone tries to interrupt you. The moment you think of it, just carry on speaking, right? When someone interrupts you, you carry on speaking. They quickly retreat and they realize, oh, I'm being rude, right? It's not that deep. And that's something you need to learn. Like as a man, you need to be a bit more confrontational in that way. Not obviously like aggressive, but you want to be more assertive in that way, right? Disagreeable, one of the 5 personality traits. You want to be a bit more disagreeable. Like if someone cuts you off, just carry on speaking and let them know that what they're doing is rude, and they'll quickly stop. Don't tell them, just carry on speaking and they'll get the message, right? And another thing you can do with learning how to speak, with speaking slowly, is you want to use your hands, use your gestures. And a lot of these tips that I'm gonna give you is you've probably seen them in little TikToks, or you've seen them in videos where they're analyzing like superheroes, they're analyzing like Thomas Shelby, mob gangs, mobsters, whatever. When they're interviewing people like that, or not interviewing, they're analyzing, and it seems a bit cringy, and a lot of it is impractical. Especially if you watch something like Suits, a lot of like what they're saying there, if you just look at like their dialogue, it's just not realistic. But there's still a lot to be learned from that, right? Speaking more slowly, using your gestures, and that sort of thing, it helps you a lot. And one of the things you can do is using your hands. I've seen like a video where they've said if you use your hands like this, like open like this, it's more friendly, it's more invitational. But if you use your hands like this, it's more confrontational. Like it's just one of the psychological things where it's like, oh, you're kind of like speaking above someone. You don't really have to worry about that. You can take it into account if you want, but just use your gestures, be more friendly, more open, and speak with confidence. You want to speak with confidence. And another tip I can give you is you don't want to speak on topics you don't know. That's something I've had to like learn recently, because we all want to act like we know about something. Even if it's like politics, we all want to have an opinion on things. Why do you want to have an opinion on something you don't know about? It's like if someone, like say for example the Russia-Ukraine thing, right? Yeah, we've heard about it, but if someone asks me what I think about it, I'm probably not, like, I'm very anti-woke. I hate all that crap, and I'm anti-liberal, so I'd probably be on the other side, if you catch my drift. But I don't know much about it. I don't know what's been going on. I haven't been keeping up with the news. So when someone speaks about it, I need to stop myself, like, speaking about it. I don't know what I'm talking about, so why am I speaking about it? There's just a bunch of things everyone wants to talk about. Politics as well. Obviously, politics, I've kind of, like, learned more and more about it. I've learned about why, again, I'm very anti-woke. So I know, like, which side I'm batting for. So I know a bit more about that stuff. But there's sometimes you just don't know what the political side of it, what it, what are my words? Sometimes you don't know which side you're on. You kind of get a gist of which side you're on. Like, before I was very anti-woke, I kind of knew that I probably don't like the liberal presidents. But when someone speaks about it and be like, oh, do you like this person? I probably would have been like, no, I don't like him. If they asked me, why don't you like him? I wouldn't have known. They would have been like, oh, because someone I agree with politically told me not to like them. When you put it that way, it's a stupid argument. It's a stupid reason to not say, just don't speak on topics you don't know. You don't need to have an opinion on everything. Sometimes it's fine to just say, I don't have an opinion. From what I've heard, I probably won't like that guy, but I don't know enough. People will respect you for that. That will save you a lot of trouble as well. You find people defending things they don't know about. Like that example I just gave you, be like, oh, why don't you like the liberal president? Right? I'm trying not to, like, say his name. I don't know how YouTube works. They might take my video down. So I'm trying to speak in, like, code words. But in a situation like that where I didn't know that I probably didn't like this liberal president, someone would ask me, why don't you like him? I'm like, I just don't like him. And then now it gets into an argument. And I'd probably find myself in a situation where I'm defending something I don't know about. I'm defending something I don't actually know if I agree with, but I've been told to agree with it by someone that I like, so I'm gonna defend it. And that's kind of what it is with a lot of situations nowadays. If you find yourself, if there's a topic you don't know about, don't speak about it. And that's another reason on this channel you probably noticed I don't really speak much. I don't think I have a video speaking about, like, how to get girls and stuff, because I have no experience with that. I can't speak about that. And I've also had to stop myself doing that, like, in real life, because I'll be speaking with my friends and I'll be saying, oh, if a girl's dating me and she did this, I wouldn't do that. Like, because I've watched all these videos about what you should do in certain situations, and I agree with it. I probably would do it, but I've never dated anyone, so I don't have experience that. I shouldn't speak about it. So I don't speak about it. I have no authority to speak about it. I have no knowledge about it. There's no point speaking about it. That's one thing you can save yourself about. Just speaking with confidence. If you know the topic you're speaking about, and you only speak about topics you know about, that's just going to make you more confident, because you know what you're talking about, right? And other things, when it comes to speaking more confidently, I think I've given you all there is, really. Like, just learn to slow down your speech, speak with more clarity, speak on things you know about, and yeah. That's basically it. Don't worry about stuttering. That's another thing. Don't worry about stuttering or tripping over your words. That happens to everyone. And just move on from it. And yeah, that's all I got on this video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button below to join the Self-Improvement Brotherhood. And until next time, I'll see you boys.